Hello and welcome to Royal Business Solutions. This is Vincent here, and it's another week, and I'm very happy and excited to be with you today. Last week we were able to talk about planning in business, all right? How or why it is important to have a plan for your business. And today we are going to focus on pricing, or how you can be able to price your product or the service that they're going to render to people. Remember that if you have not subscribed yet to our YouTube channel, please feel free to do so and like our videos and also share with others so we can be able to grow this community to become a bigger community whereby we can share ideas and thoughts in helping those who want to run a business. All right, and so let's dive into today's discussion. Now, for you to be able to sell specific product to the market, you need to know how much it costs. All right, you need to know the cost of the item. You need to know the cost of your service, and this can be done by doing your research, asking people who are already in the business or who are already selling that same product to people, asking them how much it costs, or trying to find out the cost of that service or that product so that you can be able to know how to price your item. Remember, you want to start up or to set up a business that will bring in profit, all right? And so you wouldn't want to price the item so low that you incur a loss. And the same way that you wouldn't also want to price it too high that will drive away customers or potential customers, that will also not help you be able to achieve your aim, whereby or by establishing that profitable business that you want to start. And so you need to be able to take this very serious by doing your research. All right, ask people who are already in the business, ask those who are already selling the same product or providing that same service, so you can have an idea of how to price your item. For me, with the products that I sell, I have a lot of medium of which I can do my research, of which online is part of it, going through how much my competitors sell their items. So based on that, I can be able to set up a price for myself. And mostly I do price my items a bit lower than what my competitors sell. All right, and this is because I want to get more customers, I want to get more sales, and to be able to sell my things much faster so I can be able to restock. All right, and I'm not saying you should do the same, but just try to make sure that the price at which you are selling your item is not so high that will deter potential customers, and don't also sell it so low that will affect your business. All right, make sure that you price it at a very at a specific price that will help you get your income, and at the same time also fulfill the needs of the people that you serve. Now, secondly, you would also have to make sure that you reduce cost. All right, you reduce cost, most especially fixed cost. Now, many people really think that to start up a business you need a loan, all right, or you need to rent an office or a shop, or you need to employ people, but that is not how it always has to be. All right, these are fixed costs, and you cannot do away with them when you start. All right, because one, if you have an employee who is working for you, whether you gain an income or not, you need to pay him or her a salary. All right, and that is a fixed cost. And so if you want to really employ people, make sure that you plan your business in such a way that no matter what, you're going to have an income in a way that you can be able to pay your employees. If you really need an office or a shop, make sure that your business is set in such a way that no matter what happens, you will be able to have enough funds to pay for the rent. All right, and so don't always think that you need to have employees, you need to have an office or a shop, you need to go for a loan before you can start your business. If you're able to plan your business well, with a little you have, you can start it. And as time goes on, if you need to bring in these other aspects of it, you can do that, because now you have an idea of how to run that business to get the profit you need. All right, and so always bear that in mind so that you don't add more fixed cost, and that will also is going to affect, your profit is going to affect your business, and you might have to close down. All right, and that is not the aim, that is not what we want to achieve. What we want to achieve is for us to be able to start up the business, make sure that we build it to get to a very high a possibility of getting more people employed, getting an income, and being able to support others. All right, and so you have to also bear that in mind. Now, the third thing we will talk about in this principle is we also increasing our prices. There are times where it is very necessary, all right, especially when the cost of production has increased, or your supplier who is supplying you the product has increased his or her price. You cannot sell your items at the same cost or provide the service you are providing at the same cost. You will have to increase it a bit. And so know that when it's time for you to make an increment or increase in price, you do so that it won't affect your business, and make sure to also communicate that to your customers so they get to understand. Now, the last thing we'll talk about in today's video is you finding more than one supplier. All right, you need to have more than one supplier. You don't need to have a monopoly supplier, right? Just one person supplying you all the items or the things that you will need to do your business, be it a product, be it a service you render. You need to make sure that you have more than one person supplying you the products that you need. Now, remember or have it in your mind that you can have a successful business if you put in all the principles that we will be talking about on our channel. All right, you don't really need a huge sum of money to start up the business. What you need is you being able to understand the principles that will help you run a successful business. And like I earlier said, don't involve yourself so much in fixed cost. All right, fixed cost can affect your business badly and can run down your business. It can really shut down your business. And so you don't always when you're starting a business, you don't always need employees. You don't always need to rent an office or a shop before you can run a successful business. You can do it from your home. All right, you can do it from a small space that you have, and then when you see the growth and you really need to rent an office or a shop, you can then go ahead and do that, because now you know that your business is growing and you need to expand. All right, and so have this in mind. Make sure that you put all these principles as part of the processes of starting your business, and I know you will succeed, because I personally have practiced these principles and I know how it has affected me and my business, and I know it will do the same for you if you follow it keenly and you practice them. Thank you for joining us today. I hope that what I shared with you is of great importance. I will really appreciate if you can subscribe and share our videos so that others may also take a look at it and practice them as they also learn to start up their business. I hope to see you next week. Bye bye.